A great soul once said, if you truly wish to change your future, change your habits today, because small habits left unattended decide the shape of your tomorrow. Many years ago, an old guru and his young disciple were walking silently through a dense forest. The sun was filtering through the leaves, birds were singing, everything felt peaceful. Suddenly, the guru stopped. His eyes fell on a tiny sapling, barely a few inches tall, soft green leaves trembling in the breeze. He turned to the disciple and said softly, "Go, uproot this plant." The boy smiled. "That's too easy, Guruji." He bent down, wrapped his fingers around the tender stem, and with one gentle pull, the little plant came out, roots and all. He held it up proudly. The guru only nodded and kept walking. A little further, they came across another plant, this time taller, almost 3 to 4 feet, its stem slightly thicker. The guru pointed again. "Uproot this one too." The disciple rolled up his sleeves, gripped it firmly, pulled hard once, twice. A few leaves tore, a little soil flew, but within a minute, a plant lay on the ground. He wiped a drop of sweat and looked at his guru, expecting praise, but the guru simply smiled and walked on. After some time, they reached a bush 7 or 8 feet high. Its roots had started digging deeper, spreading wide under the earth. The guru looked at it, then at the boy. "Uproot this." Now the disciple laughed nervously. He grabbed it with both hands, pulled, nothing. He braced his feet against the soil, used his whole body weight, pulled again. Veins stood out on his forehead, sweat rolled down his face. Minutes passed, his palms turned red, but slowly, very slowly, the bush gave in. With a final heave, it came crashing down. Breathing heavily, the boy turned, expecting at least a "well done," but the guru only looked at him calmly and continued walking. Few hundred steps later, they stood for a massive tree, 25, maybe 30 feet tall. Its trunk was thick as 3 men, roots like giant fingers gripping deep into the earth. The shade was cool, the presence almost royal. The guru stopped, folded his hands behind his back, and said in the same gentle voice, "Now, uproot this tree." The disciple's mouth fell open. He stared at the tree, then at his guru, then back at the tree. "Guruji, are you serious? This is impossible. Even 50 men with axes and ropes would take hours, maybe days. I am just one person. How can I?" The guru let the silence hang for a long moment. Then he laughed, soft, deep, and full of love. He placed his hand on the boy's shoulder and said, "My child, this tree did not become this big in one day. Years ago, it was exactly like that first tiny sapling you pulled out so easily. Back then, anyone could have uprooted it with 2 fingers, but nobody did. Every day it was left alone. It sent its roots a little deeper, grew a little stronger, until today, even an army cannot move it. The same happens with our habits. When a habit is new, when it has just sprouted, a lie told for convenience, a burst of anger, a moment of laziness, a small addiction, it feels tiny, harmless. You think, it's just this once. I'll stop tomorrow, and pulling it out at that stage is easy, almost painless. But if you ignore it, if you say later, one too many times, that tiny habit quietly spreads its roots. Day by day, it grows thicker, stronger, deeper, until one day it becomes this giant tree in your life, casting its shadow on your peace, your relationships, your dreams. And then, no matter how much you cry, how many resolutions you make, how many mornings you wake up saying, "Today I will change," the roots are simply too deep. So listen carefully, my dear one. If there is even the tiniest bad habit taking root in your heart today, uproot it right now. While it is still soft, while it is still small, do not wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow it will ask for the day after, and one day it will stand before you like this unbreakable tree, and you will stand helpless just like you are standing now. Tears filled the disciple's eyes. He fell at his guru's feet and whispered, "Guruji, thank you. Today I understood." The guru lifted him gently and said, "This lesson is not just for you. It is for every soul walking on this earth. Tell them, tell everyone you meet. Catch the habit when it is still a plant, because no one can uproot a tree with tears alone." That evening, as the sun set behind the forest, the disciple walked lighter, carrying not just the guru's words, but a new promise to himself, to never let even the smallest weed grow wild in the garden of his life. Friends, if this story touched your heart even a little, look inside right now. Is there a tiny sapling you've been ignoring? Pull it out today, not tomorrow. Today, because your future is nothing but the forest your habits are growing, one silent day at a time. If this story touched your heart, give it a like, subscribe for more soulful stories, and drop a comment telling me what habit you'll change today.